Hello, everyone. La13 Scale here, also known as Scale, and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I promise I'm trying to mitigate some of the yawning by like just chugging energy drink. And if there's any buzzing, I apologize. I don't hear it. So I'm going to try to fix it in post. But because I noticed when I was doing some edits that there was like a buzzing, and I can't figure out why, but it seems to only happen. Seems to only happen when I'm doing stuff with my Switch. I mean, we'll see. We good? Okay. It's like I'll say something about it and then it wants to like prove a point by suddenly making it worse. Anyway, what I saw. Yeah, I had my camera with me, but I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy, wham! And then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong, the Steel Samurai rules. Am I the only one that hears the buzzing? Did I make that filter out? Or is it my XLR that's buzzing? What is causing the buzzing? It's not my headphones. At least I don't think it's my headphones. Oh man, do I have to get new headphones? I think I might have to get new headphones. Oh crap. I don't have new headphone money. Anyway. Oh. Is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Yeah, I got this. So can I present the thing? Yeah, I had my camera with me, but I was glued to the action and couldn't take my eyes off of it. Okay, let's press here. So you're watching the Steel Samurai. Did you watch the whole fight? Yeah, of course. So you didn't turn away, not even once? No. Okay, then tell us exactly what happened. Yeah, I'm getting to that. What if I present this? Do I have this? Ah, crap. Okay. Do I have to spell it out for you? Whoops, that did not go so well. Alright. I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham. Go ahead and... So the bad guy attacked first? Yeah. What sort of person was this bad guy? I told you, a person. He was a person. How was he dressed? Even you know. I kinda don't remember. I was too busy watching the Steel Samurai. I see, and what happened next? There's no way. Then the bad guy stopped moving. Why? Huh? What do you mean, why? Why wasn't the bad guy moving? Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice. And how exactly did he do that? How did he do it? With a samurai kick and a samurai punch and a samurai chop and a samurai slap. So something like that. He's still being vague about this. What? Don't give me that look, Pops. How should I play this? Press him harder. Cody? What? Something's bothering me. Before you said you couldn't take your eyes off the action. Yeah? So what? Is this whole thing gonna come back to the thing that I presented and that I lost a point with because I just wanted to provide the information too soon? Yet you missed the most important part. Objection! What is the meaning of this? The witnesses stated what he saw quite clearly. Objection! You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Oh? Tell me, what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap? He's not wrong. He's not wrong. That was enough that I had to put the Joy-Cons down. And you know as well as I do that the murder weapon is a spear. So my point is this. Cody, you may have seen some of the Steel Samurai's fights, but you missed the most important part, the killing blow. Ah. Order, order. Mr. Wright, how could this be? Can you explain how he might have missed something so vital? That's the thing. Phoenix, I believe you're on the right track with this. Think, why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight? I know you can figure this out. Mr. Wright, your answer. Okay, think about it. Why didn't he? Well, Mr. Monkey hadn't been knocked over, and Mr. Monkey had happened 15 minutes prior to the fight. So maybe the fight that he saw was the practice fight? The one where Will Powers rolled his ankle? Mr. Wright, your answer. We've ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight? He couldn't watch it? He was watching something else? Show evidence. He couldn't watch it. Because he couldn't watch it. How could he calmly watch a murder taking place at his age? That's not it. Just a moment, please. One thing has become quite clear in this young boy's testimony. He did not believe that he was witnessing a murder. This wasn't the point I was making. The point I was making is he couldn't watch it because it wasn't the murdering fight. He was watching the Steel Samurai fight like on TV. The more real the fight, the more he would have watched. I have to agree with Mr. Edgeworth. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have another explanation? We've ascertained that this young... Okay, cool. What evidence do I got? Your Honor, I have evidence. Evidence? Yes, Your Honor. Why did Cody look away from the fight? Because it hadn't happened yet. Because he was learning how to use the camera. Here's my proof. What's that, the camera? The witness stated that he recently received this camera. Yes, I'm aware of that. He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation. I'm aware of that too. Ah! Correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he was looking at his camera. He was trying to take a picture. Hey! Bullseye. What's your problem, Pops? You got a thing for picking on kids? No. Pressing, not picking. Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize there was no way he could just stand there watching his hero and not take a picture. Right. So, Cody, there was only one reason you would have looked away from that fight. And it was because you wanted to take a picture. But having just received your camera, you weren't used to using it yet. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah. Well, Phoenix, I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again. Right. Mia means business. Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Hackins testify once more. Very well. Cody, could you please tell us about your camera? About why you didn't take a picture of the fight? Welcome to the real world, kid. Making this kid cry. No photo. Poor kid. Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So I held up my camera to take a picture. But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yep. So you didn't actually see the murder. Anything strange in that testimony, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure. But I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyway. Yeah, I'm still pretty convinced that the fight that he saw was the earlier fight. Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain. Let's get a little more on that. So you did see the beginning of the fight? Yeah. Did you notice anything unusual? I guess the Steel Samurai was moving a little strange. Moving? Strangely? So I held up my camera to take a picture. The lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened, yep. Let's press a little more there. That's all? Yeah, I told you, I didn't take a picture. I would have once I got that lens open. Did he really not take a picture? Not even one? Press him a little harder. No, he definitely would have taken a picture. There's got to be something I can use here. Cody. Listen up, Cody Hackins. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture. Huh? Bullseye? How did you know? I see through all of your lies, Cody Hackins. It's one of my powers. Wow. This feels great. Yeah. Yeah, I took a picture. Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect this code. How many times are we changing the witness's testimony before we've determined this witness is not a reliable witness on the stand? Because I gotta tell you, with the exception of the Illuminati case, I haven't heard of a judge giving someone this many chances, like, ever. I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. You're gonna pick holes in that short testimony? There has to be something. Dig up the dirt, Phoenix. Find out what this kid's all about. Yeah, it's that last part at the end. I took a few photos. The lens wouldn't open it. I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. Let's press here. You erased them? Yeah. Why would you erase a picture of your beloved Steel Samurai victorious? Well, you know, why would I want to keep a picture like that? He's becoming less and less cooperative. Better find a clear contradiction soon, or even some solid evidence. Yeah, I just need to present the book. Clutches of the villain, so I held up my camera to take a picture. The lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. I'm saving it before I lose everything again. All right. There. And the issue is because he didn't win. I betcha. Cody? What? Man, every time you say Cody, you follow it with something bad. I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day. Huh? Oh, right. What was it that you told me then? I got every live performance. I take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. Wazam! I got them all. I never missed one. A perfect collection. So, Cody, did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Why wouldn't you keep it for your album? Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album? It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. I have a feeling that because this is being used in a court of law, they would officially, like, and the fact that that collection has the name, I'm sure that there's, like, going to be a Wikipedia article about what the Path to Glory is, and, you know, refer to, like, him as the producer and publisher and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's kind of cool as a thought. Like, if Cody ever wanted to do something with photography as an adult, he could mention that his photographs were being used as key evidence in a murder witness trial. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle that the Steel Samurai has ever won. I see. Don't you find that very odd, Your Honor? Among all of his pictures, the Steel Samurai, none were taken that day? Yeah. Order. Unless the Steel Samurai didn't win. Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? If the Steel Samurai had just defeated his adversary, I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in this album. That's exactly my point, Your Honor. Huh. Wait a minute! Yeah, I was on this like a minute ago. No, wait. No way! Phoenix? I think we finally discovered the truth. And what a truth it is. Oh boy, the boss music picks up. Mia, are we sure about this? Did he actually? Yes. If you're a ghost and you have these answers, why didn't you just tell me any of this sooner? I'm pretty sure what you're thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what is going on here. Why is there no picture in the album from the day of the murder? Why would the boy have erased the photos he took? Oh, I could be... The Steel Samurai didn't win. I can think of only one reason, Your Honor. The Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why Cody deleted those photos. You mean the Steel Samurai lost? Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Edgeworth has been real quiet lately. Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai. No way. No. It's impossible. The Steel Samurai never loses. He never loses to anyone ever. Your Honor, the witness has revealed everything in his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased his precious photos. I'm really glad that metadata still continues to exist as, like, crime scene detection stuff today, because everything that you delete isn't actually ever really gone. So as a result of that, you know, with the metadata forever being in your phone, if, you know, say you murdered somebody, took a photo of the body, they could still pull that up in court. How do I know that? My grandfather was on like a grand jury for something that had to do with something going on in Ohio. And while he wasn't allowed to talk about anything directly involving the case, he did talk a little bit about like how he was impressed by some of the technology that was being used in these court cases, especially since it had been significantly more advanced than ever before. I think, like, no joke, this was like his favorite thing to talk about for like a couple months. That, and he thought the bailiff was hilarious. But yeah, one of the things that he told us about was like, hey, be careful what you take photos of, because you might think that you've erased them, but because of like the metadata, he didn't use that exact word, but because of the way that your phone works, it's keeping that forever. And if the cops get a subpoena, they can take all of the information, including of what photos were deleted and when and why, and still use them in a court of law against you. So that's good to know. Anyway, the same reason that he erased these precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai would be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose. Yet to admit that he saw that would destroy everything he ever believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth. This feels like this is trying to be a different movie, but okay. Well, it's true. Order, I will have order. Witness, I mean Cody, is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw. And we did it. We made a kid cry on the stand. That's exactly what it was. I'm sorry, Cody. I didn't mean to make you sob, but we needed it. Cody, that day you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight, right? Okay. You're right. The Steel Samurai fell down. Then he didn't move. Yeah, that makes sense. He fell down, didn't move, so he died. So the Steel Samurai was the one that died. But they found Hammer wearing the evil magistrate costume. So whoever killed him... Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so that means whoever killed him switched out his costumes with the one that they were wearing. Then they threw the Steel Samurai costume in that incinerator outside of Studio 2 to destroy the evidence. That's why nobody can find the Steel Samurai costume, I knew that the evidence went in the incinerator, but that explains it. They changed his outfit. That's why there was no blood everywhere. It wasn't the costume soaking it up, but it was. It was just a different costume than the one that Hammer had been wearing. That's why they had to burn it. There was blood all over it. Order, order, order. What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim. Yet according to your witness's testimony, the Steel Samurai is the one that fell. That's true. Mr. Wright, what's going on? Apparently, we have all made a serious error. An error? What's this all about? The Steel Samurai was the victim. Hammer was the victim, but he was wearing the Steel Samurai outfit. Quite simply, the victim was Jack Hammer. Hmm? Everybody's like, what? Mr. Wright, we all know that. Right. Perhaps you'd like to reconsider your last statement? I'm sorry. It was I who was wrong. Okay, Mr. Wright. First you're right, now you're wrong. Which is it? Oh my god. Okay, fine. Look, I'm sure there's something we're overlooking. If you're so sure, then tell us what it is. Steel Samurai was the victim. If you understand what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and I'm still not over that whole courtroom being silent. You could have just gone on. I didn't have to lose points for that. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer, but he was the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai. There you go. Order, order, order. So the Steel Samurai in this photograph, you're saying that man in the costume was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. That's exactly what I'm saying, Your Honor. Jack Hammer was present at the action scene run-through that morning. Thus, he obviously knew about Will Power's foot injury. But wait, hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio One already? And that's what everyone else thought. But remember, Mrs. Oldbag said in her testimony, and they put him to sleep with sleeping pills, so... On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station around 1 p.m. Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Makes sense. Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to Studio One. Nor was there a picture of him. Even though Mrs. Oldbag is in the back there eating a T-bone steak. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room. Then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the samurai costume. But why would the victim do such a thing? I don't actually know. I get it. Huh? You get it? I thought the Steel Samurai was moving strange. So it was a different person inside the suit. Pops! Me. Huh? Me? What? Actually, there was one piece of data I saved. Data? Yeah, the photo of my digital camera. Oh. Okay, well, what was it? Show us. Quick. Oh. No way, man. Not if you're gonna look at me like that. No. Come on, Mia. Just do it. Here. There it is. Oh. He's outside of Studio 2. Wait a minute. He's outside Studio 2. Huh. Well, looking at this, it's hard. It's still a little hard to... The fence post. The fence post that was bent. The fence post that was bent. I bet you, if anything, Jack Hammer took a tumble and landed on that fence post, and for some reason they covered it up, made it look like he died in Studio 1, and burned the costume and put him in the evil magistrate costume. I don't know why somebody would do this. Maybe it was Dee Vasquez? I'm afraid that it could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright. I agree, Your Honor. This isn't decisive evidence. I'm sorry, it doesn't look like this is the proof that we need. I'll give it back. Wait, Phoenix. Mia, what? Look at that photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. That's the photo of all this evidence that you need to win the trial. What? Your Honor, may I see that photo once more, please? Certainly. I don't see why not. Phoenix, show him. There's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts that we know as we know them in that photo. Yeah, the fact that it's Studio 2. Find the inconsistency in the photo. Take that! Did that work? Your Honor, look at this. I see a gate. Might I draw your attention to the number on that gate? The number? Ah, yes. Well, it's hard to see, but it looks like a 2. Certainly not a 1, Your Honor, correct? I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at. But that's impossible. Huh? Ow! What's this all about? Please explain so that I might be shocked along with the rest of the court. All right, sure. I'll use the studio guide map. So the body was found here in Studio 1, where we have Mr. Monkey blocking it off. However, what do we see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? And that explains why that gate would still snap a photo, because it's still... that gate will lead to both. Makes sense. It does not say 1 on the gate in the photo. Your Honor, here is the true scene of the crime. Show the judge where the murder took place. You got it. Take that! In Studio 2. Here, at Studio 2. I see. That would explain the 2 on the gate in the photo. Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2. The path was blocked. The path to that trailer was blocked. So we have heard. The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time. Yes, I suppose that would be the case. And that's also before the murder. Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony? Allow me to remind the court. He said that no one in the trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1. Yet, in actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. They were the only ones who had access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2, at the time of the crime. Yep. As you may recall, there is a trailer in Studio 2. Now, on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. Yep, and an incinerator. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and Mrs. D. Vasquez were outside eating steak. They were at the scene of the crime. Yep. I bet you it was D, though. Order, order. And the reason they're covering it up is they would rather be Mr. Will Powers than the woman who saved the studio. The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that the security guard, Mrs. Oldbag, saw was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole the samurai costume. Then he went to Studio 2. This is madness. Jack Hammer is the victim. The victim! Why would he steal a steel samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did it to cover up the details of his own murder? Well, no. Of course not. Or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim, Jack Hammer, stole the costume. I have proof. The sleeping pills. You do? You do, Mr. Wright. Now that they're so surprised, I'm suddenly much less confident. But I think I'm right, though. Here's my proof that Jack Hammer stole the costume. Take that! Sleeping pills. This is it. An empty medicine bottle. I found it on the table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Powers ate. The label reads sleeping pills. Sleeping pills. The defendant, Mr. Powers, spent the entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer, so he couldn't leave. Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicion, yes, but there is no proof that Mr. Hammer used it. Your Honor, I have an idea. It's already past the point to test Powers' blood. Get the fingerprints on the bottle. An idea? Very well, let's hear it. I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. If my claims are true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on this bottle. Hmm? I suppose you're right. Very well. The court will take the possession of this bottle. It was given to the judge. And we will find out. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for the day. Cody Hacken's testimony has revealed new possibilities in the case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we've previously thought. The Steel Samurai seen by Miss Oldbag may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but in fact Studio 2, and those in the trailer did have time to commit the murder. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Your homework is to find the answer to the following question. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? Also, who killed him and why? Okay, if I had a guess as to why, it's because he used to be a big executive star back in the day, and now he is just the regular reoccurring villain role rather than the hero, when he used to play a hero for decades, so I bet you he was trying to become either the Steel Samurai to prove that he could take over the role himself, or because Salmonella had another good idea for another position and wanted to prove something by wearing the Steel Samurai costume either way. Find me the answers by tomorrow. That's a lot of homework. Mr. Edgeworth? You will need to reconsider your stance on this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers. As you say, Your Honor. This trial will be extended until tomorrow, but that is the last extension. Yeah, the 3-day rule. Very well, the court is adjourned. Well, I guess that worked out. October 19th, 2:47 p.m., District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1. Phew, that was a close one. We were saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home 3 times during the trial. Me too. Oh. I said seriously. I need to change my settings then. Me too. Really? You both seem so confident. Maybe I should take up a career in acting then. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there myself. Me too. Dead? Well, of course we're kidding. Are you sure? I'm less sure, but yeah, I wasn't kidding. Now, Mr. Powers, we have to go make our final investigation, but I promise you we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial. Right. Thanks. Why not just ask him now? Well, anyway, it's to be continued. That's all the time that we've got for this episode, so take care, everybody.